We know that Daniel Dubois fights in Riyadh, not this time around, but in February, and he's up against Joseph Parker. Daniel Dubois, who did such a devastating job on Anthony Joshua, and you were in Anthony Joshua's corner that night when that all unfolded. How is Joshua? What next for him? What's it looking like? You still attached to him? What's going on?
Yeah, he's okay. He's doing some rehab work at the minute on some niggles and that he's got. He's in a good place. He's just getting the rehab done, getting himself in a position where he can get back to jumping on the bandwagon and being back in full training. So he's okay, spirits up, and he's been here before. He's took losses before. And he's come back stronger, so that's what he'll be looking to do.
The reason I ask, and I know Simon will come in, Tyson Fury out there with you in Riyadh has already said, when I win on Saturday, I think there's got to be a trilogy next year for sure. In other words, there'll be a third fight between himself and Usyk. And he goes on to say, Joshua's in tatters. Is he?
I wouldn't say he's in tatters. I mean, obviously it's not an ideal situation, is it? But to lose... But if Tyson wins, I don't disagree. The next fight for him would be Alexander Usyk. I believe that would be the fight that people would want to see. But Anthony Joshua, whether some people like it or not, he's a huge name and a huge draw and still a top heavyweight. Sometimes he's always going to be in a position to be able to put himself in a great fight. In against the top guys, and whether that comes in a fight or two's time, or whether that's his next fight, he's in a position and put himself in a position for all the hard work and years of success that he's had to be able to do that. So, no plans at the minute. The focus at the minute is just for him to get back to full fitness, get back to full training, and see how the land lies, because week by week, fight by fight, the heavyweight division can change, and how that looks and how opportunities pop up can change. So we'll see.
Hey, Bestie.
And those are the words of Ben Davison once again, peeps, as he has to pretty much play damage control for Tyson Fury on what Tyson Fury said about Anthony Joshua, saying he's in tatters. Okay. And, Ben was like, nah, we wouldn't necessarily say that. He's just rehabbing right now. And, and I think, it would be a good fight between him and Anthony Joshua, or a big fight rather, in the UK. And I think that's what people are wanting, and see, if you connect the dots from Frank Warren, Eddie Hearn, now Ben Davison, many, many more people are wanting to see AJ versus Tyson Fury. And I wouldn't mind watching it. I know it would be good for business. It would be good for overall marketability, because, this is a British channel, believe it or not. It's I have a huge British following. It's the biggest following that I have. So, yeah, it would be beneficial for me, and, to make the cash, the ching, because, again, it's a British channel. However, is it good for boxing? Well, is it fair? That's the better word. That's the better question. Is it fair? And I would have to say no. It's not fair, because AJ needs, just like any other fighter, he needs to recoup. He needs to rehab. He needs to take some time off. He needs to take a break. A lot of times people look at fighters and they expect so much out of people. And understand, they're just people. See, we are the paying customer. We are the fans. We are the entertainment. We want to be entertained. Let's put it that way. And meanwhile, you have Tyson Fury took his first loss behind his draw. His very first loss. Now he's going up to right his wrong. He has to do that first. But when he does that, like I've told people again and again, and I'll say it one more again, that if Tyson Fury beats Alexander Usyk, there's a good chance that he may not fight Alexander Usyk for a third time. Everyone's saying that he could. Yeah, he could. But then again, who's to say he wants to? Because what we know about Tyson Fury in the last 4 or 5, well, the last 3 years, he's fought who he wanted to fight. And if the people he wanted to fight were the people based on the risk. Okay, you think he fought Francis Ngannou because he thought it would be hard? No. He fought him because he thought he would make a lot of money for an easy night's work. You see what I mean? So Derek Chisora, same thing. $30 million for an easy night's work. Someone you've already beat twice. Someone that you know that's the glorified gatekeeper of the heavyweight division. You've done that because you figured it would be easy. So if he gets by in a fight, in a victory, by decision, by Alexander Usyk, and it's still a hard fight, just like the first one, and it's still like, hey, well, I don't know, I still think Usyk won that one too. You think he would take on that fight or fight someone for $100 million like Anthony Joshua, knowing Anthony Joshua just took another L from Daniel Dubois? I think that he would take a fight with Anthony Joshua based on what? Based on the risk, based on the fact that the difficulty factor. Hey, maybe he will be easier for me. I know he'll be a lot easier than that little middleweight gap-toothed sneaky bastard that I just got through tangling ass with, right? Okay. How do you know this? How do you know, Kurt? Like, what do you mean? He said trilogy, so why don't you leave him alone? Well, how about this? How about when Tyson Fury, okay, won his last fight, and AJ lost his second loss to, his third loss to Alexander Usyk, right? What did he want to do immediately? He wanted to fight Anthony Joshua. So tell me how this is any different. If he beats Alexander Usyk, why wouldn't he recap and revisit that Anthony Joshua fight, especially after what Eddie Hearn just said about, 200 million is going to be the biggest fight in UK history. We're going to break all kind of records and numbers. Think about that. Think about that for a minute. You know what I mean? And I want people to understand that that fight could be quicker than you think. But based on the desire to see the fight, on who wants to see it, the fans, especially the British fans, right? Understand this. AJ still needs rest. Because if someone like that is popular, as famous, and as demanding as people expect from him, a lot of people don't understand that he's just human and he does need to rest. Like what Ben Davison said, the most important thing that people should have extracted from that interview was he needs rest. He needs rehab. He needs to recoup. And then he needs to then get back in proper, healthy training condition. That's what he needs right now. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Ben Davison responding to Tyson Fury's tattered response of Anthony Joshua and what he's going through right now, which he says he's good and in good spirits. You guys tell me, of course. Please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunch.